Yo, what's up guys, this Skills. In today's video, got you back with another Grand Cross Fader. Now, I'm trying to take this a little slow just to confirm that, this is going to be a really good unit to summon for. So this is a before you summon or should you summon kind of video. So I've been doing this on this channel for a little bit now for Grand Cross. Now, I want to talk about this unit because she is actually a very good unit. Now, to talk about her, she is going to be one of the better units to summon for in the banner based. So this used to be, well, it is a coin shop unit in the JP version of Grand Cross. I don't know what they're doing with the global version, but it seems like they're bringing out the units in banner based. So one thing to note is that she is going to be banner based like this, but the bad thing to know right now is that Netmarble supposedly they made a I guess a error about putting the green bond into the general pool. So he's not in this banner at all. As you can see, he's not in this at all. They did say that later on they were going to put the bond in the coin shop. They may put him in there, so I'm not too sure what they're actually doing, so just know that in mind before we do go ahead and get started with this one. So with this unit though, this Merlin is the best Merlin in the game. Now her use is much more than any of the other Merlins, because there's two other Merlins as well. There's the blue one and the red one as well. The red one is only good for freezing. Of course, you already know this since she came out. She's only really good for the freezing, so she is in this banner right there. So her main thing is this freezing card, which is very helpful, but you also do have Gustav, who is the alternative. But this unit right here, she is just so good just because her main thing about her is that she actually depletes ultimate gauges. So in her first skill attack, right, this is the main one that you really want to use. She is the one that will take away ultimate gauges all the time. No matter which rank skill you're using, she's going to take away ultimate gauges. That is such a big thing when it comes to fighting bosses, or if you're in the super boss battles and stuff like that, because you don't want to get ulted. This is why this unit is here. She's even good for PvP because of that. As long as you can take away ult gauges from an enemy, you're golden. You will not be taking any kind of crazy damage, depending on if you're fighting like a Jericho, that's different. But this unit still does crazy damage even from her first skill attack, so that's why she's so good for that reason. Now, when you do use her, you have to be careful on how you use her. The first thing you really want to do first is going to be using her second skill first. So her second skill is going to be a buff to all your units basically. So this unit, when it first came out on JP, everyone really thought that this unit basically gave you a boost on your attack, defense, and HP and stuff like that. This doesn't seem the case because all it really does is that it's going to give you a barrier. It's like imagine just a double the health. So let's just say this barrier is over you. When you're getting attacked by the enemy, this barrier's health is going to go down first and then your health. So this is why it's actually a really good thing, because you will be using this many times on everything that you're actually going to play. You can use it in PvE if you want to, but this is going to be used mainly for PvP and all the super boss battles that come out later on that she can be used for. But for other uses like that, I mean, you run her on your team mainly all the time just because of how good she is. She's still to this day used in JP version for end game content, so she is very amazing to have. So don't even hesitate if you do summon on her. Hopefully if you get her, great. But what this does right here is that you can actually create a barrier around all your allies equal to 375% of attack for 2 turns. So basically you're gonna take a lot of damage, right? This unit itself can at least make sure that there's a barrier around you, that you won't take your actual health damage, and it'll just take away the barrier's health damage basically. So it's a very good skill that you're going to use mainly all the time, so it's a very good unit to have. Then the third thing, her ultimate is also going to have it with Arthur. So you can have it with Arthur if you have the red one, which he's the only one that's out right now, or you can use it with the SR blue one, because there's a SR version of him. But right here, this ultimate right here, it does some pretty crazy damage actually. You can do some really good damage with this, but it inflicts 540% of attack on one enemy, right? So it's not an attack all unit or anything like that. She's only one type unit attacker. So she also disables attack skills for 2 turns, which is very big to me, because if an enemy is about to attack you and you can tell when they're going to attack you, you can actually use this card and disable all those attacks. So I believe in the King event that you're going to be getting really soon on Global, that is going to be the hardest event on Global, once it pops up. Merlin is probably supposed to be one of the, I think she is technically one of the better units to have. I shouldn't say probably. She should be really good for that event just because you disable attack skills, and that's very useful. Then of course with Arthur, she disables the same thing, but she does 630% of damage, so that's almost 100% more. So she's really good, definitely really good to have for sure, and that's mainly why she's like super nice to have, because she is used in end game content everywhere you go. So basically the thing is, if you do summon for her, it's on you. If you don't pull her, if you don't, it is what it is. I don't think she's gonna be put into the coin shop yet, but they don't say any kind of wording at all for like what's gonna happen with her. But looking at the banner, this is where it's gonna like throw you off. Now personally, I'm going to summon. The reason why is because 1, it's content, and 2, because she's very good to have, and even in end game content, and I'd rather have a unit now than later. So the thing about this banner though is that there's no 7 deadly sins in here at all. Like literally, like if you look in this banner, it's trash units other than Jericho. Jericho's an amazing unit, as well as Arthur and I guess Hauser. The other units, they're really not useful that you're gonna be using towards right now. But for what it is, I mean, this banner is kind of trash, really. It's only just Merlin, so this is where it's gonna matter. Like, are you planning to summon or not? That's the issue here. I personally am going to say summon maybe 2 or 3 multis. If you don't pull Merlin, don't summon anymore. Like, this banner is not going to be worth it. If you have all these units already, then there's no point. So basically, you don't want to summon for units that you don't need. That's the issue here. This banner is literally just Merlin and then Jericho. That's basically all you would really want from this banner. Everything else you can get from the coin shop, basically. Like, some of these units you can get from coin shop, but other units you're not going to use them. So there's the issue where people are going to say they're going to want to summon, and people are going to say they're going to want to save. I'm personally going to say you could possibly do like 2 or 3 multis and then call it a day there. I don't want you guys to spend all your gems just because we might get the Gother banner most likely on a banner based, and that's going to be a much better unit to have just because it's literally the best unit in the game. So personally, I'm going to say do not summon right now. Just wait on your gems. Just wait until hopefully something else comes out. I'm personally going to summon, so you guys will see my summoning video later on. Hopefully I pull her, because if I do, that'd be great. But this unit is a very good unit to have, but I'm not gonna say like summon now. Like, just wait. Honestly, I would personally say just maybe 2 or 3 multis at most. Don't do anything crazier than that, because people are gonna start complaining that they didn't pull the unit. But this unit is literally one of the best Merlins in the game compared to the other 2, and she's still very end game content based used. So you're gonna be really good with her even if you did pull her. But if you didn't, just wait on it. Now the other thing I did want to talk about while we are still here, if you go into your the task thing on the top left, the power up exchange. This is what you need to be grinding right now. The reason why is because these tickets that they actually came out with, I already have 50, right? And it's easy to grind these because you can go into the Fort Solgris or whatever you want to call it, and these tickets are given to you every single time you play it. You can only get up to, I think, 50 a day, so you can get these items in here, and I recommend these so much. So you only have 16 days to do this. You need to do this ASAP. Literally do it every single day until you get every single item in here. But the main thing you want to go for are SSR pendants, and as well as these horns and wings, but water of life and demon's blood. So these chalices, get these all as fast as you can. Main thing is SSR pendants. So right now I can actually go ahead and buy 2. Yeah, I'm gonna buy 2 right now, right? So I got 2 SSR pendants. I can only do it one more time, right? So I'm gonna get those whenever I can. But really good to know is that you just can get basically free stuff right here as long as you're playing the game, right? And this is gonna help you a lot more, because if you think about it, these 3 SSR pendants allow you to awaken right here Merlin. If you pulled her, I'm not sure. If you pulled her, you can easily use those 3 SSR pendants, right, to awaken your unit. So it's really good to know that you can actually grind all those things out right now. If you go to the special dungeon, SP dungeon, you can play any of these, right, and they'll give you the tickets. I did the gold. I did 10 gold runs, right, whatever, this run. And then I did the events one right here, which is the gold version, and I got 50 tickets from there. Well, 30, I think, 40, something like that. And I did one of these books. As long as you're running anything in the SP dungeon, it's going to give you tickets. So just grind out as much as you can. Grab every single thing in here when you can, right? and you should be golden, because that's a lot of material in here, as well as SSR pendants. S3 is pretty good for what it is. So yeah, grind everything you guys can. If you guys did summon, let me know in the comments below. If you guys did pull Merlin, hopefully you guys did. If you guys didn't, just don't go too crazy in the banner. I'm telling you guys, she is a very, very good unit. You will use her in PvP. You'll probably see her in PvP when you're playing PvP now. PvE based, you will use her here and there. She is very good for that as well. But her main issues, or not issues, her main thing you will be seeing will be PvP right now, and then as well as the new super boss, the King boss battle that should be coming out very soon to global. But that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. If you guys did enjoy, let me know in the comments below. Drop a like onto today's video. And then, of course, if you guys are new to the channel, you guys have already, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, of course. And then that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. Check out my summoning videos in a couple hours when I do post it, and hopefully I pull her. That's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Have a great day.